like a park in the middle, but there was a playground, like a children's play area in the park, but there were no trees in this like field. It was just a completely flat green thing with a children's play area in the middle. It was about midnight, which, you know, when I was like 9, we're talking midnight is yeah, that's like late. I don't know why my parents let me out, but it was considered quite a safe area, so my parents let me walk across the road. And I was hanging out with some friends, and we were all sitting on his doorstep, just looking down at the park, and we were telling each other ghost stories and just freaking each other out. And it was a really weird night. It was a weird night because, like, the sky was purple. I don't know, but obviously, it wasn't black like you'd imagine it to be. It was purple, and there were clouds. So I guess the lampposts from all the the houses were shining an orange light up at the clouds, and it was almost like it was a hurricane spiraling towards the center of the park. Like obviously it wasn't a hurricane because they're so massive, but it's like all the clouds. It's called light pollution stand. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that it looked cool because it was like the clouds were all spiraling towards the thing and they were all lit up by the glow. But it was weird that they seemed to all focus directly around the park. And then we were all sat there and I was talking about how I don't believe in ghosts and anything like that. And then we just saw these, I don't know, like we were sat on this hill and then I was just looking into this children's play area at night time and there was no one around. Everyone was inside. Everyone was asleep. Like literally, it was just me and my friend sat on this hill looking down on this children's play area. And it's like I thought I saw people in the park basically because we were quite far away and it just looked like there were shadows moving around in the park and we couldn't we couldn't make it out. It's like it looked like people, but then we came closer and like I didn't tell my friends that I was seeing this. And yeah, someone said you were sat on the doorstep. Yeah, well, his hill, like here's his house, and it's on a hill, and then here's the children's play area, and then here's my parents' house. So basically, we were sat in front of his door on the hill, and as we got closer to the park when we went to have a look, I became aware that these weren't. It was like they were like kind of blobs of goo that were just sort of like not floating around. They were like people, but like they were made out of some kind of goo, and they were just like jumping around the children's play area. And then my friend Connor was like, "Dan, why are you so freaked out?" And I was like, "Well, can't you see the weird shapes in the play area?" And then he was just like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "I'm seeing them too. I thought you weren't." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then we like both of us just stood there and we just saw and I shit you not, they were like 6 foot tall and we just saw these shadows moving around this children's play area and then we both just instantly like crapped ourselves. We totally just freaked out because we were 9. We weren't going to mess around. We just ran back to his mum's house and then we were just like, come look, come look, come look. Dragged his mum out to the top of this hill and then she was just like, there's nothing there. And there was nothing there. And I was like, fuck you, strange ghost in the children's play area. Don't do the whole, I'm going to get my mum and now there's nothing there anymore. And it was like, she stood there for 5 minutes because I was like, I was holding my friend's mum's hand and I was like, I'm too scared to walk home now. And she was like, sort your life out. You live like 50 meters away on the other side of that children's play area. I can see the kitchen light coming from your house. And I was just like, hell no, there is no way I'm walking over there. And she was just like, well, you have to go do it at some point. And then me and my friend just looked at each other and I was just like, oh God. And then I literally ran with my eyes closed, like around the outside of the park. And I ran in and just closed my eyes and then I didn't look outside again. And it was weird. But the only reason I'm saying that, because this doesn't sound very interesting, it's not supposed to be a creepypasta. I'm saying this actually happened. And that's like the thing that's happened to me. So, yeah.